Palutena.
Yeah, his Palutena is solid.
Palutena definitely.
1, go!
Cover the background.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be a factor.
Tried to steal another game. But he has these.
It was too much. It was too much in upstage. It was.
Lack of brain.
Oh, that will be a good punish if he reacts to the ball. But we saw the up B. Poor guy.
Almost killing him at 84%.
Oh.
So that's the ledge. Needs to find a way to take it back. Can't make it back.
Can't get in the video, but still spiking him far enough. I feel like
remember, this is the best of 5 for the final. Rick Rabbit, he has already sometimes to try to adapt to
Oh, that's nice and exciting.
I go back to Wario. Very slowly finding out. Yeah, but there it is.
Too much. I can't see him going back to Palutena.
Yeah, I don't see this
Palu doesn't have the horizontal recovery to prevent those types of situations. At least Wario has his bike.
What do we think we're going to
Because
probably
yeah, for Wario. No, Tanuki can be a good. Yeah.
Very slow and narrow left on the left and right.
see.
Is he gonna pull out the Banjo slowly over? Okay, it was good.
He has been trying Banjo.
That's a good arsenal.
Yeah, as expected.
He should have
See how this goes.
far.
Game.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah. Oh, that was very good.
Dominating Utah right now. We're all the way to
And he can't get the recovery back. I think he's gonna be there. Oh!
And we see the sadness.
He looked at very. No, really, he looked very frustrated.
It's almost like this Kirby main doesn't care about other people's feelings.
Kirby wins!
Seems to have no remorse for someone who is clearly being broken down bit by bit.
The important question is, after these two honestly very complicated matches, What is Riff Raff going to do? Is he going to stick with the...
Is he gonna stick with Wario? Is he gonna have some sort of trump card for him?
Very shaky. Perhaps after going to sit on
Yeah, the second stuff was very devastating for him.
You can see the free stuff just has to do with that. Especially in such a tournament, perhaps not having so many games
Start battle.
so far.
Kirby.
Banjo and Kazooie.
He is actually going to switch up
Switches to Banjo.
Banjo and Kazooie. Not having seen it so far at all.
1, go!
Would it be enough though? We're already down. There's choice too late. Kirby continues to dominate the neutral as of right now. Banjo all the way to 105 while he's only at 32. He's definitely maintaining stage control way more than he is.
Oh, but the Wonder Wings, of course, a huge option for Banjo, which honestly, no great punish for Kirby.
He definitely isn't fast enough.
No, he doesn't have the best grab game to do a lot with a grab.
Oh,
and we see
unfortunate SD. Oh, never mind.
good.
Riff Raff
Beautiful
capitalized on the
punish.
mistake. Great punish from Riff Raff.
Already, we see that Banjo and Kazooie a lot cleaner a bit. Maybe just the confidence in it a bit more after having to switch twice.
But as we say that, here comes Clueless and puts it right back to even, fighting to take back the lead as he just had.
We see the beautiful combos and
I think it was a missing
out.
Yeah, it could have been a misinput.
And that is a big input that he missed there, because he only has 5 of those in his stock, and every one of those
huge waste.
can be 26% or
There's another Wonder Wing
coming up.
Completely missed.
And we see
Would he be able to
Danny,
capitalize?
as always, trying to get him off stage. That is where Riff Raff has been struggling this set a lot so far. Not being able to have center stage for almost the entire match, honestly.
With Wonder Wing, this whole stock has been nothing but either recovery or a waste, honestly, because he hasn't been able to get anything with them.
Yeah, and
He definitely is going to need them if he wants to get an early kill and take the lead back.
I'm just right that he was using the Wonder Wing very early. Like
Another one.
not being punished.
Completely red.
Not respecting Clueless there with being able to react to that Wonder Ring.
To some extent, it might look a little bit too late for Riff Raff because it just seems like Clueless is in his head.
Oh, but a good option there. 106
Breaks free.
Comeback is possible.
What's the ledge option? No.
Back throw?
Back throw. This might be the stock.
Yeah,
and it is.
Yeah, back
Back
throw
to
is
even. And the taunt. The self-esteem boost right there.
And he needs it, honestly, after those first 2 matches.
This can hopefully be the start of a great comeback.
And we see there Danny fishing for the game, for the cheese, honestly, killing. Because he knows if he's able to get him off stage, it's unlikely that he still is able to recover that well, like we saw the last 2 games.
So far, he's only got one Wonder Wing that has enough of a benefit. Almost lost the set due to that Wonder
And
Wing.
we see he has to recover aggressively with Wonder Wings.
One final Wonder Wing.
Oh, the ups
Was able to beat him out.
almost.
Even though Banjo down throw doesn't have much berry at all, but he still managed to get the hit. Super even, very close to being last hit right now.
I feel like that is the thing, he has to do more trying to get these grabs. Then he has been on the ground a lot more this game than the last 2, honestly, and that has been one of the success factors for Riff Raff.
Yeah, he gets
the Wonder Wing.
He calls out with the final Wonder Wing. Gets one game on the board.
Yeah.
Now
That
2-1.
Banjo pick was way better than his two characters.
And it has to feel like a breath of fresh air, honestly, after being honestly dominating the first 2 games.
Finally
now
gets
being able
a
to come
chance
back.
to breathe. Could this be the comeback from Riff Raff towards Clueless?
But of course now Danny having the opportunity to choose the the stage. And that could be big for Kirby, of course. Some of those stages.
Some of those stages can really get some extra cheese out of his combos.
Especially since he can expect him to go back to Banjo, so he can directly counterpick. Yeah, I feel like the smaller the stage, the better, honestly, for Kirby here. One of the Yoshis would be the best option for him. But let's see what he did indeed choose.
Here we go. Game 4. This could be a very important game for both players. Will one either take this set and move on to grand finals, or will the other have to bring it back to game 5 for a chance to move on?
I mean, all the momentum is crucial.
The momentum is entirely in Riffrath's favor right now.
We see very aggressive, but of course one of the
has a very risky overextension, but makes it back unscathed.
Oh,
gets a Wonder Wing, gets the kills. Beautiful.
0 to death in under 30 seconds. That has to be a good
What
point.
a turn of tide.
This is definitely a huge change in composure.
You wouldn't even expect the first 2 games to be that decisive if you look back at him now, looking at the 4th game, honestly.
Yeah.
It is an entirely different Riffraff going into game 4 here.
This is a Riffraff who's ready to take game 4 and take it back to game 5 because he wants a chance at grand finals. Totally not to fight me again. Ha ha ha. Wonder Wing again? Managed to get some sort. Oh!
But
will he get the stock? No.
no.
Air dodge is back to same.
Very
Punishes with down smash. Takes the
That
early
is
stock.
early.
Now this is a huge turn of events. 3 stocks to 1. Who's gonna take this game? It's definitely looking in favor of Banjo. While he may have 1 Wonder Wing left, he still has another 2 stocks of it.
Danny has
Well,
to
do you say that the Kirby busted? Now we know that Banjos can be more busted.
Danny has to feel the pressure right now, but trying to gimp him, trying to figure out how best to get those stocks, 91%, and
Catches the
counting.
grenade. Tries to get a conversion from fair into F smash, but misses. So Banjo continues on his 3rd stock.
And he is getting back the pressure, and we see
The final
beautiful punish as he has been recovering quite a lot with that Wonder Wing, quite high. And then he has to try and get those.
On the bright side, there's definitely a cushion of safety that this just massive safety net he has of 2 whole stocks in advantage.
And this joins, of course, massive there for Banjo against Kirby, as he doesn't have too much range with most of his moves.
Regardless of the lead, he still has to play careful. It might cost him and it'll go back to even.
Yeah,
He doesn't
bring
want
it
that.
back.
We see Riffraff having to dodge onto stage. It is a sign usually for not knowing how else to recover, honestly.
Catching him off guard with another Wonder Wing. 1 more Wonder Wing at the ledge and it might be the stock.
Yes, indeed. And a back air here kills definitely. We
Recovers
see
high again,
another
but
high
on
last Wonder Wing for this stock.
So far things are looking pretty okay, but he's very close to losing his 2nd stock.
Those grabs are huge so far for Kirby.
Almost
honestly.
catches him. Might have
Another
been
one.
up
Up throw actually
Up
should
throw
kill.
will be the stock? Yes, it is.
73%. It is close to killing, but honestly, he has
Last
all the momentum in the last minute or 2.
Yeah.
And another combo
Momentum
there.
is clearly shifting for Kirby right now.
And we see
Will he be able to break out of these combos?
the entire stage control, 57% already. How is he going to come back there?
This is very close to being even.
Wonder Wing.
Super risky Wonder Wing.
Far away, not respecting Clueless at all.
Looking a little desperate for the kill
And
now.
another one.
He's getting punished really heavily. He has to be more careful.
If he gets one of those off stage,
It's gonna
he is dead.
It's gonna cost him the set if this happens again. Tries to up smash, but misses. Tries again.
Oh,
Catches the side B with a Wonder
trying
Wing. And we're getting
with
a
the
game
hammer.
5 for losers final.
And I feel like he didn't have to go for that. He had the momentum. He did get grabbed twice in a row, but still, there was no big punish coming in.
Yeah.
Definitely way more of a call out, but it worked out in the end, and now we're going to game 5.
And looking back, it was not as dominant as we would have hoped. Like, he
It was
did
being
come
slowly brought back.
quite a bit, and you have to think, perhaps Danny slowly figuring out Riffraff's Banjo.
The issue is, will he have figured it out for game 5 and take the set, or will Riffraff do a reverse 3-0?
Well, that's gonna be a good game 5.
Banjo has the win.
Quickly choosing stages, no big hesitation there.
We're a battlefield for game 5. Final game for losers finals. Winner moves on to grands, loser gets out at 3rd.
Drive platform, both of these people, of course a huge one, both I believe being above their seating, coming into the
Both are
tournament.
already above their seating. That's a very good point.
And
We had a
game
bunch of
five-
upsets.
Game 5 in the losers final. None of
Oh,
these two players
would
have
this be
to
an
kill
early
it, but
stock? No.
Is it going to be the game? No, the Wonder Wing not being respected.
Wonder Wing is suddenly being a super huge difference in the neutral of this.
And I feel like that is the big factor why he was struggling so much with his recoveries in the first two games, as he didn't have this.
Danny's starting to
huge
catch
option.
on though. This Kirby's starting to punish more and more of the Wonder
But
Wing.
he goes with those down Bs out of nowhere. He's going very aggressive with his options as well. Wonder Wing,
Almost caught off guard yet again, which would have been the stock, but
every recovery being high from Banjo so far.
yep, it's been a whole minute and they still haven't lost their first stock.
I believe this is one of the first games we had so far where they have actually lived a whole minute without one of them losing the
There's
stock.
always been some kind of early way to take stock, and there it is,
What a
two framing
beautiful
with the dash
punish.
attack.
Yeah.
Going too aggressive there with the recovery of Banjo, not respecting anything that Kirby can do.
Tries to catch him sleeping at the edge,
Nice,
but fails.
almost, but beautiful DI, saving himself there.
The Eye of the God saving him at 135. We thought he was lightweight, but he wasn't.
Oh, but
Kirby's hurtbox might be too small to be hit by that kind of conversion.
and honestly, he hasn't been able to
He hasn't gone it once.
He hasn't been able to get great conversions out of this grab, even though I feel like this is a good option.
Gets
But
a back throw,
the
takes it back
throw,
to even stocks. 58% deficit, but he can take this back with a few easy exchanges.
especially with Kirby being such a lightweight and Wonder Wing being always one of those huge factors. It's almost even similar to his Wario. This means not much.
This doesn't mean any kind of advantage, for being honest. All it takes is a few conversions and then it's the stock from a Wonder Wing.
But he has to play more defensive. But another punish.
Just barely escaped
Another
the Wonder Wing.
Wing being punished, and another high recovery with the dodge onto stage, almost
Has
died.
to expend
But the Wonder Wing being
full
addicted.
stock advantage right now for Kirby.
Beautiful. You can definitely see how Danny has adapted to Riff Raff Banjo here.
Danny definitely looking a lot more composed than in last game. Will he be able to take it to the final stock? This tournament stock for Riff Raff. Will he be able to make it even?
Riff Raff has not been utilizing much of the other neutral tools of the grenades and the X so far. We have to feel like, is this a factor that he has been missing against Kirby?
It might be, but as of right now, neutral is definitely in favor of Kirby as he continues to rack on more and more extra credit because he's still a full stock ahead.
Riff Raff just doesn't find a good opening here.
He needs to take the stock really quick or this may slip from his fans.
And how many more feathers does he have to spend on this?
He has only 3
But
more,
another punish.
calls it out, but he lives. Expends the air dodge, uses up
Look,
beat, recovers
look
high,
at it.
unpunished.
Every single recovery being high as he is so scared of the game. Honestly.
135%, things are looking grim for Riff Raff. Not
We can-
impossible,
Oh.
but very hard.
Dodging onto ledge. Another one this time not punished. 135%
Catches
is
the overextension, 135. Is it possible, or will he close out the stock in a real quick
Only
fashion?
one feather.
One feather left. He has
one
to
feather.
preserve this one.
Oh,
Okay.
but the beggar
Caught
not
the-
being able to, perhaps not best
Caught
DI,
the
but
DI slipping.
what a game! What a
What a
best
set.
of
What a
time.
set from both players.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Good.
Beautiful comeback, honestly, from both of those players, being able to come back into game 5 and then reading what Riff Raff has been doing with his Banjo, honestly.
Good. I was very surprised with his Banjo. I thought I couldn't not believe he take it to game 5 after being 3 stock with on his Wario, 2 stock against his Palu, who are his main 2 characters.